This is why Mormons are not Christians, part 2. Now, if you talk to most Mormons, they're going to tell you that they believe in the same Jesus as Christians do, that they believe in the Jesus that's in the Bible, but that's just not the case. In 1998, Gordon Hinckley, who was the president of the Mormon Church at that time, stated in the publication LDS Church News that Mormons and Christians do not believe in the same Jesus. He said that what the Mormon Church and the Christian Church teach about Jesus are completely different things, that we don't believe in the same Jesus. So here's what Mormons believe about Jesus. They believe that God up in heaven had an intimate encounter with his wife who became pregnant and gave birth to Jesus, that Jesus never existed before that. And they believe that in order to make the physical body of Jesus here on earth, that God came down from heaven and had a intimate encounter with Mary, that she was not a virgin after that because God and her, did the deed and she became pregnant with the body of Jesus through that. So they believe that Jesus was created at some point and has a beginning. Now, by default, that means that Jesus could not have created everything because most stuff already existed by the time he came into existence. So here's the thing. The Bible clearly teaches us that Jesus is not a created being, that there is no point when he ever came into existence because he has always existed. There is not a point when Jesus did not exist. John 1:1 tells us, in the beginning was the Word, and verse 14 goes on and tells us that Jesus is the Word that verse 1 is talking about. The phrase in John 1:1, in the beginning, it was originally written in Greek, and it quite literally means like before anything else existed, Jesus was already there. Like he could not have come into being. He already existed before everything else. That's the meaning of that phrase in Greek. And then in verse 3, it tells us every single thing that was ever created, everything that exists was created by Jesus. It tells us point blank that there is nothing that exists that was not created by Jesus. There's tons of other examples in the Bible that tell us clearly that Jesus is not created and that he has no beginning. Yet official LDS theology is that Jesus is a created being, that he has a beginning. Now, as far as the way that God created the body of Jesus with Mary, it very plainly teaches that Mary was not a virgin when Jesus was born, and yet the Bible is clear that Mary was a virgin when Jesus was born. Now, 2 John verse 9 tells us point blank that if you don't believe in the Jesus that's in the Bible, you don't have Jesus or God. In John 14:6, Jesus made it clear that him, the Jesus in the Bible, is the only way to salvation, and Mormons believe in a Jesus who's not in the Bible. They invented their own Jesus. In order to be a Christian, you have to believe in and follow the Jesus that's in the Bible, and the Mormons believe in a completely different Jesus who is not in the Bible at all.